Of devastating atmospheric rivers struck Santa Cruz County, California early last year. Lookout Santa Cruz, a digital news startup, became a lifeline for local residents. The outlet provided real-time updates and crucial storm coverage that helped the community navigate the crisis. Its reporting is nominated for excellence in coverage of breaking news in the Scripps Howard Awards, which is hosted by our parent company, EW Scripps. And joining me now is the founder and CEO of Lookout Santa Cruz, Ken Doctor. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. When did you realize that your startup was playing such a crucial role during these weather events?
I think by mid-January, this is January 23, it was pretty clear what was going on here. This all started on New Year's Eve as we got into 2023 with the unusually harsh storm. And then we saw this series of storms blow in, and things were getting worse and worse in terms of loss, property damage, people having to move out of their homes. And by the end of the month, we'd had 9 atmospheric storms, not unlike what we're seeing in the southeast right now in terms of damage.
Right. What was it about your coverage of those events that was so important to the people in Santa Cruz County?
I think it was always on. So being digital is really useful in this kind of situation where you're not waiting for print. You can't print papers. You can't distribute papers. And we used all the forms of digital. We used our website. We used text messaging, which gets through to people even when the internet is down. So we can tell people with vetted information, our editors working full time, as well as our staff of reporters, a newsroom of 10. We could tell people what was going on the ground, what was safe, what roads were unsafe, where to go for the shelter. And by the end of the storms, more than 1,000 people, 1,000 homes were displaced in this terrible set of storms.
And you talked about an important part of what you do, the vetted information we often see on social media during breaking news events. It's hard to know what actually has been vetted and what's accurate. How do you compete against that, knowing that so many people are on social media and potentially seeing something that isn't real?
Well, our whole theory, and Lookout is 4 years old, will be 4 years old November 20th, is to have enough professional, skilled journalists, editors, and reporters to really report fully and then use all these means to push out the misinformation and disinformation. We can all complain about what's happened in terms of pollution of information and fact, but in a community, and it is a community of 250,000, what we need is lots and lots of fact, lots of connecting of dots, and that immediacy. And so what we saw in all the channels we use, including Instagram with 24,000 followers, is that we became the dominant place people would look for information because they could find it and they could find lots of it.
We often hear, too, about news deserts in part of the country where local news outlets are not as prevalent as they once were. What does this situation say about the importance of having that outlet that covers a community like you have in Santa Cruz County?
It's a really important question, and it is to the point of this, that we started this because people just need local news. They need it every day. They need it every week, but they especially need it in times of crisis. But of course, you can't pop it up. You can't just make it appear when you have a crisis. You have to be ready. You have to have a staff, essentially a new institution, as the largest newsroom in the county here. And you have to be ready to pounce on the news and have enough people who are connected to all these communities. We have mountain communities, we have levee communities, we have coastal communities. You have to have enough connection, and you have to be essentially ready. News deserts didn't happen overnight, and they're not going to be cured overnight. Lookout itself is expanding into Eugene, Springfield, Oregon early next year, and we're looking at other places. And there are encouraging signs around the country of older companies and newer startups starting to enter this space. And it's really important every day, but especially as we all face these continuing crises.
What's the lasting impact of those atmospheric rivers that you saw in Santa Cruz County?
Basically, years and years of government trying to assemble enough money to help people to rebuild roads. The backlog is incredible, and it is mirrored across the country in all of these storms that we see. Governments are not ready for this, and so there are a whole series of decisions. And of course, it comes down to that one quantity: money.
Yeah.
And so we cover that all the time of how it's going to be rebuilt and what kind of money is going to be appropriated.
So important. Ken Doctor, congratulations on your reporting being recognized. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us.
You're quite welcome.